Hey friend, let me ask you something honest. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, this cannot possibly be the plan? Maybe you're waiting for a prayer to be answered, and it's been years. Maybe a door slammed shut that you thought God himself had opened. Or maybe you're walking through something right now that hurts so bad you can't see how any good could ever come from it. I've been there, and I need you to hear this today, not as a cliche, but as a promise. God's plan is perfect. And yes, he has a better plan for you than the one you're clinging to. Let's sit with that for a minute. Here's what we get wrong so often. We think God's plan means a life with no delays, no pain, and no closed doors. We imagine a smooth road where every prayer gets a yes and every dream comes true on our schedule. But that's not what the Bible promises. And honestly, that's not even what's best for us. Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways." Higher doesn't just mean better. It means different. It means his perspective sees around corners you didn't even know existed. You're looking at a puzzle piece. He's looking at the whole picture. There's a story in Genesis that haunts me in the best way. Joseph, you know him, the dreamer with the colorful coat. His own brothers threw him in a pit, sold him into slavery, and told their father he was dead. Think about Joseph in that slave caravan, chained, head down. Do you think he whispered, "God's plan is perfect"? Probably not. He probably felt forgotten, rejected, confused. Then he got sold to Potiphar, worked hard, gained favor, and then falsely accused and thrown into prison. Again, another closed door, another decade gone. But here's the mystery. God wasn't absent. He was positioning. Every betrayal, every prison cell, every long, silent year was shaping Joseph for a throne he couldn't see yet. And then, in one day, he went from prisoner to prime minister of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Later, when his brothers stood before him terrified, Joseph said something that still gives me chills. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50 verse 21. They meant evil. God meant good. Same events. Two different plans. That's what I mean when I say God has a better plan. Not easier. Better. Better at refining your character. Better at building your faith. Better at positioning you for a destiny you couldn't have handled before the pit. Here's the hard truth we don't like to say out loud. Sometimes God says no to a good thing because he's saving you for a great thing. Sometimes he closes a door not to punish you, but to protect you from a future you can't see. You're heartbroken over the relationship that ended. But what if that person would have pulled you away from your calling? You're frustrated about the job you didn't get. But what if that company was about to collapse? You're angry about the health delay, the financial setback, the dream that died. But what if God was clearing the ground for something you didn't even know to ask for? Romans 8 verse 28 doesn't say, "All things are good." It says, "In all things God works for the good of those who love him." He doesn't cause every painful thing, but he works every painful thing into his perfect plan. Here's the mysterious part. God's better plan for you isn't just about your comfort. It's about your character. It's about making you so deeply rooted in him that when the blessing comes, and it will come, you won't collapse under the weight of it. Think about it. If God gave you everything you wanted right now, would you still need him? That's the real goal of the detours. Not to deprive you, to depend on you, to teach you that his presence is better than his presence. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 is famous for a reason. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." That wasn't written to people in comfort. It was written to exiles, people who had lost everything. And God said, even there, I have a plan, and it's good. So here's what I want you to do today. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Stop assuming that a closed door is a no forever. And stop believing the lie that God has forgotten you. He hasn't. He's working, quietly, faithfully, perfectly. You can't see the whole tapestry yet. You're just seeing the tangled threads on the backside. But God sees the front. And it's beautiful. Your only job right now is to trust the weaver, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Type this in the comments. I trust your plan. Say it like a declaration. Because God's better plan for you isn't coming someday. It's already unfolding. Right here. Right now. You're going to look back one day and say, "Oh, That's why. I promise you will. See you next time.